Let's stay on the story. More than 20 trucks have been set alight over the last week. So what measures are being put in place to prevent further incidents? To answer this, I'm now joined by the Mpumalanga Community Safety MEC, Vusi Shongwe. Thank you so much for your time this evening, MEC. We do appreciate it. Let's just start off with the 5 suspects that are expected to appear in the Ermelo Magistrate Court tomorrow. This is, of course, welcome news, given the fact that we did see a lot of devastation and destruction when it came to trucks in Mpumalanga.
Precisely. Let me say good evening to you and your viewers. And indeed, as Mpumalanga, we are quite satisfied that the SAPS in the province are at work, particularly the Lieutenant General Manamela, who is responsible for SAPS in the province. As correctly put by yourself, is that all the 5 are arrested in Mpumalanga, and they are going to appear tomorrow in Ermelo Magistrate Court, and I will be personally there to make sure that I also observe all, developments insofar as this matter is concerned, because it has brought our province into a spotlight that we do not want.
Certainly, it's very concerning. MEC, obviously without speculating, just given what we have been hearing from police investigations and the fact that 5 people so far have been arrested, who or what do you think is behind the torching of these trucks?
It's a combination of many things. Some are former drivers who were expelled from certain companies. Some are current drivers who are disguising themselves. And the police are investigating that there might be someone who is using them, even paying them certain amount for them to be able to perform this barbaric act. But that is on the investigation, and we cannot stand here in front of the TV and everyone and say, indeed, this is under investigation. That is under the police, competence.
Certainly. I want to speak about the situation in Mpumalanga at the moment. We do know that some of the trucks that were torched were carrying coal. That obviously caused a lot of panic for South Africans because, we don't want a situation where we are told that too much coal is being damaged or whatever the case might be. Could you give us an update on the situation as it stands? Because we do know that the SANDF were also deployed to Mpumalanga given the amount of trucks that were torched there.
Currently, the situation is under control. We are quite satisfied as a provincial government, the government that is led by Honorable Premier Mamrefilwe Mtsweni-Tsipane. We are on a very watchful eye together with all the stakeholders. We are working tirelessly, making sure that whatever plans and strategies that might, be used by these people to be intercepted on time so that not too much damage is made in our province. You will know that we have a lot. We'll have a lot of trucks, we have a lot of mines in Mpumalanga, and you'll know that the trucks behind this particular sporadic incident, trucks have been targeted also for service delivery protests around the province, and we have been able to manage that particular situation. So we are alert for everything that might, raise its ugly head insofar as this matter is concerned.
So far there have been no alarm bells after those trucks were torched this week. There haven't been any alarm bells of any further possibility of attacks on trucks. And if not, do you think it has to do with the deployment of the SANDF?
No, SANDF, what we media must understand, and the people of the province and that of the country, SANDF is part of the security cluster. From time to time, when a security cluster decides to, enforce a particular security matter, they will be deployed. But the central component that is responsible is the SAPS. And up to so far, they are doing a very good work. You will understand, as I've said already, that as Mpumalanga, out of the 2 incidents, we've already arrested 5 people that are going to appear tomorrow. And it's highly possible that they might disclose some of their friends, and the number might rise up.
MEC, I want to ask you if you have engaged with any truck companies, any truck drivers that might be in complete panic at this point. And do we know if the truck drivers that have been attacked, where do they come from, which companies they work for? Have you been on the ground to engage with these trucking companies?
I've already spoken to a few truck companies already, especially those that are affected. Over and above that, we have a standard, program of meeting them in totality every quarterly in a year.
Okay, so what was that engagement like? What have they expressed to you, given what's happened this last week?
Of course, it's a concern, and they are panicking that this thing might, disrupt their operation, which is mainly affecting the economy of the province. And we have spoken and shared some ideas that one cannot disclose here, that are trying to deal and handle this particular matter in a very secret way. You will remember that there are few also strategic that they were, some of them were arrested. It was because of, the IT thing that is put in the trucks that disclosed that who are these people that are doing this thing. Despite that, they were trying to cover the face and whatever, but we were able to arrest that person.
Yeah, sorry to interject there. I just want to ask you one last question. So are you confident that the 5 people that have been arrested are the right people? They must be the right people. They must be the right people. Because some of them, we have seen them through the cameras, and so on. Okay, thank you so much for your time. Yes, MEC, sorry, carry on.
Yeah, but you know that the investigation and the processes of, the court and eventually the prosecution, it depends on the proper investigation of a particular case. And we rely on our police to do everything in their power to make sure that they have, a watertight case or cases.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you so much for your time this evening. We do appreciate it. That is Mpumalanga Community Safety MEC Vusi Shongwe, and he, of course, has indicated that he will also be present tomorrow in the Ermelo Magistrate Court. We do understand that 5 suspects will be appearing in connection with the torching of trucks that we saw this past week.